With the measure we're going by, of course, is percentage round one, just in case.
No, undeniably so. When teams come in and they just play off of vibes and they play for feel.
Alive and actually drop the hatch into bathroom.
Are they aware of Baby Shark's position as he now sneaks his way in? Nope. No, he does not. Resets was able to get away, but he just delayed what was coming either way.
The fire that went through actually moved the shield out of the way, but was too focused on the canister to find that frag and pays for it with his life. Bay, after being picked up, will get the kill back onto Psycho. Make sure you know that he's dead, and Dash on the Blackbeard, taking out Ion as well. So 2 defenders remain.
Really rough start for this Elevate team. Steph is not looking anywhere near the Blackbeard, and well, would you look at that, a flawless start. The Soulless of Ion, as we waffle, I believe was the word that made it used. Ion being hunted down, Psycho finished off, Dash taking a lot of damage. That's the very first kill on the side of Elevate, and it comes from Raps. He's not long for this Earth. Bay takes him down and then loses the duel to Reset. He seemed a bit confused there. Can't tell if he got siege timing or not, Jesse.
Lots of
right underneath the hatch is Spiker, and oh, he's just at an awkward angle and has to chase his way off of that position. Now it's Resets to the rescue. Down goes Kansan after the diffuser has been planted. Spiker and Baby Shark, the last 2 alive. Outside of the building, this is a damning place. But can they see the defuse kit? That's the real question here. Is there long arm potential? Ion sitting on top of it. A nice shot as Spiker is last alive. Now it's Ion's turn to go on top. Stemp to cover. Stemp still covering. Ion clutching out. Spiker doesn't realize that pros don't fake. Elevate wins the round. Likely a miscommunication on the side of Wildcard.
Back in Siege's past 10 years ago now. Here comes the rush.
Dash is on in, living up to his name. Down goes Raps. First casualty for Elevate. They have successfully cleared out Customs. They take Ion down too, so bodies cold on the side of Elevate. Now it's Resets and Stemp with over 2 minutes to go. Just 2 still there for this Red Rebellion team. Stemp decided to reload and stop moving. You can't do both those at the same time.
Yeah, going to be putting Resets in a pretty tough position here, Parker. 1v5. He's on the move. Knows he can't just sit still where this position is known. Catches Baby Shark off guard, and that's going to make things 1 step closer to success. 4 more to find.
Every single player on Elevate entered this matchup in negative kill differential. The best player on the team has been Resets. He, to his credit, was only -2, and that is just not a... Yep. They let him live a little bit longer than I thought.
Yes, I heard that. Congratulations to Palu. Armory lockers and archives. It's going to make clearing him through this top floor a little bit more tricky, but Dash is up to the task. Oh, no, he's not.
You can be up to the task and still not complete the task, I suppose.
There you go.
Yeah, there's 6 Brazilian players in this server, and yet neither team is Brazilian. That is really quite something to say. Wildcard suffering through here, and if that high water mark for Elevate is to win 3 rounds to escape the distinction of being the worst team to ever play at SI, well, they're in really good shape. All 5 players on Elevate still alive. Bay and Baby Shark are the last 2 for Wildcard. Make that Bay. Baby Shark, dead. Bay, alive. Hunting for kills, 4 to be found.
If he had the fuse kit, I'd say winnable, but with it being across the map, Parker, I don't know how Bay ever walks away with a victory here.
I think it's just too quiet for him to be able to get that diffuser down. And now he's going to get pushed from probably a quick rotate over from a security. As he jiggle peeks away with Stemp doing...
Come in, support those players that are playing up there, like Stemp, who just got droned out, and like Resets, who just got slammed by the IGL of Spiker, who continues to have a very good game on border.
4-1, obviously with that last round going in favor of Elevate, and every single player on Wildcard dying. You say goodbye to Spiker, and you'll say goodbye to him again. Oh my goodness, both teams coming to blows. Half the server gone, half of the round expired at this point. An advantage for Elevate as now Bay falters. Baby Shark is last alive downstairs. He has a read on that Oryx. You talked about Psycho moving around. They don't really need to do too much here. Plenty of time, but Baby Shark has his work cut out for him.
He's made some crazy clutches so far in his career. Still a young player, but knows what it takes to win. Not against Psycho, catching him off an edge. This kid of Dash is still a little far away. He's inside of waiting room right now, trying to make his way to the bomb site.
There goes Raps as Kansan strikes first. Wildcard now will need to tie here, or else they will lose out on even more momentum on their own map pick. Dash has found his way into the bomb site, puts the shield on his back. worried about getting pushed by resets, but Spiker has Dash's cover. Stemp and Psycho both positive in their numbers. Psycho will no longer be. Stemp with 5 kills charging on in now, not far removed from the blitz, but he's spotted and he's completely blind. A flawless end to this
as well, but it was a really good position from, I believe, Bay, who was able to enter in through break that other teams maybe aren't going to be as ready for.
Absolutely. A glass.
As did I live, to be honest with you, Parker, but smarter people than me are out watching these games.
Oh, Spiker gets maybe a little bit too not letting the clock slip through their fingers.
Yeah, 3 players in kind of open office area. Raps jumps into the bomb site now. He could go for a bit of a plant. 1 down below, of course. Psycho ends up falling to Dash in the midst of this, and this Stemp player down below is really in a fight while the plant's going down up above him. Finally finds the second player.
What is Stemp doing over here? Dash and Bay still upright. They've allowed the diffuser to get planted in that default spot. The Blackbeard of Raps still up. Stemp leading the way with 7 kills. He and Bay will now be on a collision course with one another. And Bay has to deal with the shield. But you can't afford to get baited out. Logic Bomb, Death Mark, and killed by the Blackbeard. Flattened by the... He's lost that Black Mirror, doing a lot of damage to Psycho and immediately following up. Psycho is hoping for coverage from Raps. He doesn't get it, but there's 2 people on that armory wall. I mean, good job for Dash. I mean, he's quite strong. No other shield ops are banned. Oh my goodness, no way, no way. Good joint effort. Nitro Cell goes out. Baby Shark has to dance around the nade. Why does that nade stuck to him? As he moved, so too did the nade. Ion's been down, and it's all up to resets.
1v4, trying to clutch things up, but very little time. No defuse kit in hand, vaults over the stairs, and should get a free PP. Never mind.
Was very briefly on phase, if memory serves correctly. Cycle into pajamas, resets on like what they have been all over. Resets, speaking of, we'll take out Baby Shark, and oh my, gets dashed as well through the wall. So much for the Wamai, right? They picked the Wamai. You gotta play Wamai. You gotta
give them 1 more round, take the lead back once again from Wildcard. Bay takes early damage, and Stemp is just in.
Elevate's about to take the lead. Wildcard called their timeout, but it sure seems like Hugzor did a good job equipping his team with what was needed to persevere. But hold on a second. Kansan's been in this position before. Clutch up is very possible. He needs to be concerned. The other side of Armory, and yep, he was looking towards metal detectors. Raps was waiting for him as the rest of Elevate. I mean, I guess there is still a chance for you to beat Furia tomorrow, and you'll have the head-to-head as well, right?
Yes, of course.
That will be great, but I mean, why would you want to drop what is supposed to be the easiest match of what might be your career?
Sure.
So for Wildcard, they need to do better, and Elevate already struck first. Psycho gutting down Kansan, that's the smoke off the board. Kansan's numbers, at this point in time, underwater. Stemp, the name you said we'd be saying a lot? Well, guess what? We have 11 kills for Stemp. As now he has an opportunity for a second as bullets whiz by him at the top of the stairs. Raps has died. Stemp does find a second on a dash. And it's Bay and Baby Shark as the last 2 outnumbered. But oh my goodness. We talk about Kansan a lot, but Bay deserves his flowers. Maybe give him a poppy or 2. He's gunned down. Baby Shark will need to clutch out against a 1v3 match.
Playing below all of the Elevate guys. The first drop comes through. We see the bathroom position from Resets.
Oh
shut down, and it's 2 left.
And he's got the read on Stemp. That death mark cuts both ways. Stemp is immobilized while he's planting. Psycho's in a very strong spot. They're both gonna go for blood here as Psycho slightly repositions, but he doesn't need to. Baby Shark has a good idea of the cross being held. He has to be concerned with this. Psycho is still a good shot, even in his elderly age. Down goes Stemp. Baby Shark will not clutch out. Psycho gets the final pick. He's still quite inexperienced. Would come into a matchup and maybe think, hey guys, we can save some strats. We don't really need to go that hard. Let's just play a frag-heavy style gameplay. Baby Shark has understood the mission. Down goes Stemp. Kansan dies at the hands of Ion. Both of these teams will not gain any real ground here, but as long as they keep trading out, Wildcard will benefit. Bay making these numbers even worse for Elevate. Baby Shark has been dropped, so it is winnable for this Brazilian but APAC-based team, and now it's a 2v2, Jesse. Things are starting to get a bit scary for Wildcard. All their hopes rest on Bay and Spiker.
A little bit scary. Spiker's in the bottom floor. He could deny the plant vertically. He might not need to. Yes, he will. Bay goes taken down by Ion, hunting for the ace, and Spiker can't deny the plant when it's planted here.
Ion and Spiker will now be in a 1v1 as the diffuse kit getting planted. Ion backing up. Spiker charging in. Diffuser gets planted successfully. Spiker firing away. The flames will keep both players trapped in the corner. Impacts in pocket, but Spiker will have to take the engagement head on. Worrying concern for Elevate as they double up. Spiker poised for a collateral. Out go the impacts. Ion almost dropped. Searching for all 5 kills. They are tempting him. He won't get it, but Raps does, and that's the ball game. Elevate win their first map at SI. They take border.
Tomorrow, it would sure be a statement, and I think a bit of a proving ground for some of these younger players on Elevate. They don't want to get swept 2-0 against this APAC Brazilian roster. A bit of trouble, 1 bullet to the knee, but Kansan the first of all.
Stemp was terrific in map number 1, and he keeps it up with map number 2, finding 2 kills, bottling his flash. A lot of work on this middle floor, the main floor, to make it so the defenders have a tough time. The Monty of Raps has found an opening. Down goes Spiker. Ion with a kill. It's his first here on this map. Bay and Baby Shark might not be aware that the defuse plan has gone down, and oh my goodness, a flawless...
Bay's going to be the player in that Raptors position, often one of the hardest spots to play. It's the Siege player. When you've got aim like that, anything is possible. A brilliant shot to shut down the hottest player on Elevate.
And the Nitro Cell just goes a little too far for Kansan, a missed opportunity. His Wildcard need to keep this first half close. The second Nitro Cell will connect. And how about back-to-back flawless rounds? All it takes is resets dying. No, he'll take down Baby Shark, so no flawless for Wildcard. But at this current point in time, you gotta like their odds to win this round. Almost hitting the head of the Azami, but ultimately missing in the dash. Orgs simplifying their logo or completely changing things up. I think there was near unanimous thought that this Wildcard rebrand is very strong. I think it's one of the best that we've seen in quite some time. Baby Shark gunning down Ion, Elevate.
But with the IT breach open on this bomb site, you do not have to commit to that. You can, with the IT breach open, go in for a plant, and that's exactly what they're doing.
There's the defuse kit going down. Unfortunately, Elevate is losing some of their players. Rap's not able to cover, gun down from the wrong angle, and now it's all up to resets, and he will die. A good sweep out from...
It was an easy denial of the plant from Psycho, so really good stuff coming up.
Of resets, who dies first. It'll be Wildcard striking before Elevate yet again, and another will be added to the tallies. Ion is punished by Kansan. So Wildcard now with a 2-player lead. 1 point of damage has been done to Wildcard. Dash trades out a lot of his HP, and a Nitro Cell takes care of Raps. Immediately traded off by Stemp. Now it's Psycho and Stemp. Again, Stemp. Positive kill differential, just as we saw in map number 1, doing the same thing here on map 2. Drops the diffuser as now it's watched from above, and Psycho is inside the site, or well, as close to it as getting. Now he's back inside the site, as he was playing on the exterior. 4 players from Wildcard will all decide who gets. Oh my. Oh, Resets was ready for it. A little bit of damage done. Out electrical, or at least trying to, as now they push the Warden off of this spot. Ion being very well coordinated to take care of the clash from below, and now we'll have the Warden running yet again. A rush in from Step now with the shotgun in the midst of the smoke, taking down Bay, completely blind. He can't see anything, and it doesn't matter. Kansan fragging back. There goes Stemp. The advantage now still for Elevate with 45 seconds left.
Yeah, the buck play is still strong, but you gotta be careful of your Ion. Don't get your head blown off. Kansan still without his shield as it's placed just back on the default plant, and he's taken down by Psycho.
Slaughtering everybody inside the site except for Spiker. Now finds himself in a clutch or kick scenario. 1 player's already gone by. Still losing from below as the buck is there, not shaken off of this position. A beautiful shot by Spiker. Diffuser goes down, and now he'll have to respond to Raps in this position. He knows that the cross is being held, and immediately in response, Raps will swing. Spiker is in a tough spot as he emerges from here. Oh my goodness, he deletes resets. Also removing words from my vocabulary. Ion being a nuisance from down below. Missing an opportunity on the Grim, but the shotgun is up. Spiker gets the job done. Now he needs to deal with the buck. Hopping back onto the diffuser. He'll try to long arm this. There's still some shots left in the skeleton key. Spiker gets off of it, doing some damage, running out of time. Ion on low HP, but he gets the job done. Spiker. Oh. Is Bay on the other side of the wall? Trying to figure out from this. So yes, he is. Bay was in a really tough position there, and a Nitro Cell will claim reset. So good follow-up from Spiker and a great response after Bay dies. Maybe a bit too prematurely for Wildcard's liking. Elevate have lost their Hibana, but it sure sounded like most of that heart breach had gone off. So you lose a good gun and you lose a player who's very hot at the moment, but the utility's still been used, so not all hope is lost.
Yeah, I'm worried about the clock, Parker. There's going to be glue mines as well. If one of those hits wrapped before he can go for a plant, then that could be devastating. Those few seconds can matter when you need to put a plant down on 000.
And I mean, this in theory is very likely to be an Elevate round. Through all 5 rounds, First Blood has determined who goes on to win the round. So unless that trend line breaks here for this final round of the first half, we're looking at a 3-3 scoreline, which is great for Elevate. The clock, though, is the ultimate 5th player still alive for Wildcard at this point in time. Raps has found an opening and Diffuse Kit will go down. Dash will sneak on out. Didn't they do this on Border? Spiker did the exact same thing, and Elevate will fall victim to it yet again. No time remaining to pick up that Diffuse Kit, and half of the server.
None of them really necessary when Dash has got things on lock like that.
Grim in that matchup, and the scoreline is presently tied between. Kansan will very quickly mount an offense up on the stairs. Ion shredding Bay as he swung around. So Raptors control for Wildcard, really not quite as fast as they had hoped. A nice play from Dash onto Ion as he now looks to push through Electrical. He'll be confronted with the shotgun of the Warden. He has to be careful because that's an engagement that the Warden would usually win. Psycho swings out to replace Stemp before the bodies even hit the ground, and Kansan dies. And back to a 3v3 with 30 seconds to go. Spiker holding that Diffuse Kit, but he's inside of IT. He needs at least one more doorway to go through to get that plant down. Dash mounting his own offense, as now Psycho is shoved out of his position. Backed away in Warehouse, Raps falls, still killless, and there goes Psycho as Baby Shark will...
Played on this bomb site since joining Elevate, their 5th attempt now defending on this site in team history since he was added to the squad. Zion who strikes first, but Reset's not far behind. They might know what operator he's on, but that doesn't mean they can stop the shots that he is hitting. The roam game has been exceptional. Another one from Ion flicks around for Spiker, and it's a 2v5 for Wildcard.
Not an ideal spot to be in, but you've got the 2 secret weapons, at least statistically, of both Kansan and Bay. They've got their work cut out for them. Down goes Kansan, and how about a flawless round from Elevate? It won't be had. Bay shutting down one player, and that's Ion. Oh, the collateral as Bay gets 2 kills for the price of 1. Psycho and Reset still alive.
There's no way, right?
The clutch eluded Spiker, and the same will happen to Bay as Elevate, as you can see. So there's not a lot of room for them to grow. That is hugely beneficial for Wildcard. Of course, every one of these gunfights is going to come down to a 50-50. But if you're killing them when they're not looking at you, that helps an awful lot. Resets dies in the hands of Dash. Psycho collapsed upon. Bay gets him from above, but there was also help from Wildcard on that main floor. Just as we saw Ion do on that buck from below, Bay can now stay over this bomb site, Jesse, and just drop bombs on Elevate. Dash taking down Raps, and it's all up to Stemp. 5 players from Wildcard still alive, looking for map point. Stemp's been good, but I don't know if he's get 5 kills against Wildcard good, Jesse.
This would be a miracle that Elevate, frankly, don't need because it's not going to change their results, but one of the clip doesn't get it.
I guess if you believe in
Nomad, but if a flank were to occur, say, up the lobby stairs, he hasn't positioned any of the air jabs yet to stop that. Ion currently on that mid floor now, so starting to make some moves, but Kansan's making a move too. Wildcard in towards the bomb site as they strike first on a reset.
And more damage being done to Dash. Psycho and Resets are gone. Stemp and Raps and Ion. There's Raps in on the action. 1 and 8 will likely, no, 1 and 9 will likely be the scoreline to end for him at this point in time. Ion in a 1v4. Wildcard, 40 seconds left, and Ion looking the wrong way. Wow, quick work of them on their own map. Wildcard equalizes, sending us to map number 3.
In almost 24 hours, they beat Falcons on, or is that even the question worth asking? Because if Elevate show up like they did on Border, Parker, they action, but expect Ion and Step to be the real duo that starts this round off for Elevate.
Oh my! Stem gets pressured by Dash as he breaks on in through vending. Now looks towards the bomb site, not far removed. Sitting at that game's door, 2 separate players in this position, and Ion goes for broke. Wildcard have killed everybody except for Raps in the first minute of action. And Raps is getting harassed by Bay's Twitch drone, and that's some gall to lower your shield staring directly.
control early. This execute now needs to be clean.
And Dash is going to lead the way, looking for the double vault over to the A-bomb site. Bay another kill. Elevate yet to get a single frag, and it will continue to go in against them. They've gotten Dash down, and Raps will collect. He needs another. No, a single kill through 2 rounds for Elevate as Wildcard makes where Dash is positioned. He's heading up the stairs. They've opened up that one single panel into games. That's where Legion is currently playing Ion with the opening pick. And that's Elevate getting on the board first. It's been a long time since you can say they've done that, and this will be the first time on Fortress that they pull it off. Baby Shark taking some damage. Spiker has as well, and there goes Kansan and Ion from the same position. Now Spiker is in the ground. The timeout seemingly working very well. Hugzor and Co. able to steady this team. Resets with a slow peek. Down goes Bay and Baby Shark with the only kill so far. Very nearly a flawless round for Elevate this time. Really low scoring affairs for the teams that ultimately lose the round. Only a single kill for Wild.
In the 1vx, Baby Shark was actually in control of the bomb site. He was sitting inside of all.
Yeah. Resets right now inside of Infirmary, holding true. Right above him is that portion of games that has a destructible floor. Dash eliminating Stem out with the first kill. And it comes at almost the exact halfway point of this round. Ion was terrific in the previous round, but he is a man who is dead to rights as he gets swarmed by Wildcard on the top floor. They've got a decent amount of control. Psycho will now have to take up the position at some point as he and Resets have ascended to the top, leaving presumably just Raps down in the B bomb site, but Resets taking no prisoners. Again, this panel that looks over to the staircase in Old Tower was where Ion got most of his kills. That's where Resets was also to act as a surprise factor. Raps gunning down Kansan, and what Wildcard had given themselves early in the round is now completely gone. The number count swinging in favor of Elevate. Bay and Baby Shark are in serious trouble.
Not really connected either, so when Baby Shark goes down, Bay's not able to get that trade. Lurking in through the main hallway on a default cam, except no, I believe that was hacked out, so don't have to worry about that, I suppose. But even still, with the shots ringing out, they'll know where he's at.
Bay looking for kills 4, 5, and 6, and he won't get any of them. Psycho, a huge round from having benefit from these logic bombs, at least giving him a sigh of relief that nobody is nearby. Even if he can't follow up with a kill there, Jesse, you know that he doesn't have to deal with anybody. Oh my goodness, what was going on with Spiker there, missing one player as the Thorn of Resets looks to have gotten away. Bay on the board first, Ion with 2, Spiker guns down Ion, so no more from that Sentry. Now it's all up to Resets and Stem. Bay and Baby Shark both sitting at 8 kills apiece. Quite an impressive tally. They can easily add more as there's 2 players from Elevate still remaining. Baby Shark takes care of Resets. Stem searching for his first kill. He can't find it just yet. Good patience from Wildcard. They sit alone, all staring in different directions. Diffuser still running away. The Stemp will have to make a choice. Do you go for kills? Do you go for the case? Kills are what he's looking for. Looking to give Bay number 9. Won't get it. Stemp finds his first kill, but Timer will give the round to Wildcard. The first half will go 4-2 as Stemp almost gets all 3. Baby Shark survives to the very...
Spiker was getting that plant down. I expected some aggression from Elevate. I expected somebody to step up and try to stop that back on border. The MVP of the only map that Elevate got even lower, but does survive outside of the Horse hallway. Still fights on white stairs, and that's going to be Step drawing first blood.
And Step will now go positive with that kill. So hey, I mean, at least that's quite beneficial. Good for him. 19 kills to his name, trying to make up for all that lost time. And I mean, Spiker's numbers have gone down quite a bit as well. At one point, I think he was 6-0 or 5-0 or something along those lines, or 4-1, all the way back on border. Spiker's not been able to do much since then, but he's let the rest of the team lead the way. Bay gunning down Raps as the push in from Elevate is not working out very effectively. A Nitro Cell will also claim Psycho. 2 players now looking on white stairs, and the Deimos of Stemp runs up with the shotgun in hand. Both the Wamai and the Valk are there for good measure. They'll trade back and forth, leaving Elevate with just a single player. Resets to 1v3. Nice shot to take out Bay, but more work to be done.
Yeah, Dash, Baby Shark are guarding the diffuser at top white. We see it on the ground now. They've each...
He's got an idea of where they are, and he just misses out on the rotate. The way that this wall goes in and out proves to be a problem. Super shorty pulled out by Dash, and it finds its mark.
Enough in there. Complete lie, of course. None of that makes any sense in the context of this game. Good spot of the Mira and followed up on by Resets. Hits the head onto Kansan, stepping in through catwalk into the building and finding that nice shot. Both the Mira windows are placed close to site. This one into the bathroom. The other one was placed also facing from games into dorms, more on the south side.
Flames will go off and Resets, eliminating Bay. First kill on the board for Wildcard comes at the hands of Spiker as Ion dies. Oh my goodness, he's so close. Dash finished off. Damage being done to Resets, or from Resets, but he can't secure it. Now Baby Shark is the last one left on Wildcard, charging his way upstairs. Avoiding that pipe as it's about to burst. Doing some damage to Resets. Diffuse getting planted. He needs to be worried about Psycho. And that explosion around him. Baby Shark guns down Raps, but Psycho saves the day. How many near nerf? I think you can be safe to say the start of Operation Tenfold Pursuit. And with it, his pick rate has dropped dramatically, and his use case has also dropped dramatically. Kansan with the drive-by on the Psycho and removes him from existence. I don't even know if Psycho saw him on his screen. That was really quite something. A nice tentative pre-fire, though, that had come out and done some damage to Kansan. It leaves Raps all alone without his chaperone.
I mean, that was gross, Parker. They spent the entire round trying to kill Kansan just for him to style on them and then hit the shotty on the stem. I think Kansan's just won them this round.
And Resets is gone, leaving Wildcard in a 5v2. Looking for the knockout punch, or rather, a 1-2 punch. Out goes the smoke, and Raps is all on his lonesome now. Will confront the Legion of Dash, and the rest of Wildcard will circle him up. Dash gets the final kill, and that's going to be series.
Dorm side of this map. Instead, they're just grouping up inside the site, and of course, Baby Shark, as we see down on the bottom floor, caught by a drone and caught by a gun. Bay falls too, and the man advantage leans Elevate.
And a Dash taking some serious damage. This is not a great round for Wildcard. If you recall, it was the last time that they went here. Elevate suffered through that early engagement. Spiker goes for a peek. He has no choice but to do so. And looks over towards Highway. This is a great round from Elevate. Last alive is Kansan. Tucked in the bathroom, fighting his way out of this position. 2 black mirrors for him to deal with. Down goes Ion, and that also gets rid of that death mark. He takes down Stemp. Resets will get Diffuser down, so Kansan will go into the post plant. Oh, just missing out on Raps' aggression. With the Mira in hand, secondary shotgun. Another failed clutch for Wildcard. Are they off?
North, but a lot of this focus has just been straight into bunks. Stemps sitting outside the doorway, flashes come through, and here comes the play.
And they'll trade back and forth, but here's Wildcard now taking advantage in a very crucial round. Match on the line. When this series is done, Elevate are done at the Six Invitational. You'd like to go out on a win, but sometimes it's not up to you. Again, you can do everything right on your side and still ultimately come up empty-handed and lose.
When they eventually try for a plant.
Have to worry about the clock. There's Dash, again, peeking the window. I am so confused sometimes at what Wildcard. Psycho's still in this strong spot. Stem gets Diffuser down. Elevate now with the advantage, not just in numbers, but also objective. Stem dies. Bay and Spiker in a 2v2. Clock now finding 10 seconds gone, benefiting Elevate. Wildcard have gotta go, Gezzly. Spiker still twisting around side by side with Bay. They see the defuse kit. They need to double up on the window. Bay sitting on this point. Ion is in a position they weren't expecting. Spiker with one. Could we see another clutch? Will they finally make it work with the match on the line? No! Psycho. And that will be for ultimately who finishes first in the groups. Now, Wildcard could easily do it. And they just took out Ion in the first. We're a little worried about Resets' HP at the moment.
Certainly.
He takes down that castle barricade. This position is known. Spiker only needed to hit the tiniest part of him. Bay shutting down Psycho, and it might be an unceremonious end to the SI. Kansan can easily have the assist waiting on the cross. Bay getting ever so close to the Capitao. An easy frag for Bay, and only one remains. They started this map flawlessly. Do they end it on the same note? It all comes down to Stemp. Last man standing, 35 seconds. Nade goes out. Bay evading that explosive, and they will do it. Flawless start, flawless end for Wildcard. Elevates. Time at the Six Invitational is done.